What's good, my people? It's your boy Terrence Carter, TC Talks, TC Fitness. Glad to hear all of y'all. Back at it again with a new YouTube video. The world, man, how I tell y'all, the world is changing rapidly every day. And I see this as a huge spiritual awakening for the people. I see it as a huge awakening for the masses, right? Learning that the 9-to-5 construct was meant to control you and mold you, but it was never meant to truly have you thinking for yourself. And like I said in the video that I made yesterday, listen, I'm not here to dumb anybody down, and I'm not here to make you feel as if everything is gonna be okay because you're making hourly wages. These companies are growing at rapid paces, right? And they're finding ways to replace the employees because the employees are the biggest cost. And in a world where you're dependent on your job, right, to help you sustain your life and pay your bills and eat and keep a roof over your head and things of that nature, your critical thinking skills have to come into play. That's just the truth. You gotta learn how to use money the right way. You gotta learn how to put some of that money to work, because God forbid, if you was to lose the job that you have, that income, what other income do you have? You know? How will you provide for yourself? We can already see it. People are applying to jobs. Some people are going 6 months to a year without a job. You can say you get unemployment, but how long does that really last? Now you got to tap into your creativity, which is what we're supposed to do naturally, you know? Now you got to get more into the entrepreneurship mentality, which is, you know, I rock with it, what we're supposed to be doing. Because you're supposed to be able to create and add value to humanity and not be on somebody else's clock. But I just, you know, I always ask myself, what are you learning throughout these times? Because we can say whatever we want, we can feel however we feel, right? But at the end of the day, we got to see life for what it is. The 9-to-5 system wasn't meant to. That's not something that you were supposed to do for the rest of your life. Like, investors exit the 9-to-5 mentality and they look at the bigger picture in life, which is ownership. You know, I'll use the money to purchase the assets so that the assets can work for me 24/7, and then I'll just make more money along the way and take care of my responsibilities and, you know, things of that nature. And you might feel broke, but in reality, you know that your money's working for you. Now you got to do your research on the companies that you do invest into. Right? I'm not here to tell y'all where to put your money at, like invest into this company. Nah, because at the end of the day, I'm not you. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. I don't know your financial situation. I know that it takes a lot of discipline. I know that it takes a lot of positive risk. It takes a lot of patience and consistency. I know that. But we live in a world where instant gratification is number one, and I don't want to wait, and I don't want to invest my money. I just want to spend it on stuff because I want dopamine. We live in a dopamine-driven world, but what happens when, once again, your critical thinking skills have to come into play? Your creativity, the value that you add to the people, what happens then? You may have to provide a service to people. That's what I do with Uber. I look at it as a service provider. I'm providing you food because you ain't want to go pick it up. I'm gonna get paid for it, and life gonna go on. I got my time freedom to do what it is that I want to do. I can create as many videos as I want. I can work on other sources of income and rinse and repeat. You know? But, like I said, these are the times where the critical thinking skills come into play. You don't gotta be distracted, you know, because distractions are everywhere, bro. We live in a matrix. Distractions are everywhere. Everything around you is meant to take your money. Look at your community. Look at where you live at. We got stores everywhere. We got businesses everywhere. It's meant to take your money. You're the consumer. You're not the owner. You know, the owners get rich off of the consumers. 70% of people are consumers. And most people keep thinking somebody's coming to save them. If we just vote our way out of this, then they'll bring prices back down. It's not gonna happen. Most people go to work, they go to these 9-to-5 jobs. As a group, people don't speak up and sit there and say we need to get paid more money or else we're not coming back to work. People don't do that. America's not doing what they're doing in Italy. America's not doing it. We could do it, but everybody's scared. So guess what? I keep telling you, the working class gonna continue to suffer. Why? Because you're dependent on the paycheck, but you can't leverage the paycheck because they're gonna pay you just enough to sustain you. You're gonna look at it as a lot of money. I got a check for $1,300. I got a check for $1,500. But then your rent is $1,700 or $2,000. You might have a little bit extra after you pay your bills, but that's really what you left with. So now you need a relief. I done worked hard. I worked 5 days. I worked hard. I want to go out. I want to go have fun. You're not even thinking about investing. You're not thinking about the future. Everything is fight or flight. Nobody thinks about creating. I'm too tired to create. I'm too tired to go to the gym. I'm too tired to think about the system that I'm participating in and not questioning it. I'm too tired. This is how they drain your energy. And then they replace you with AI. Now it's, oh shit, I don't have my job. Damn. What do I do now? See, this is why I say you can't always think like an employee. You gotta think like an owner. That's why I tell y'all, buy assets. I say what I say for a reason. I don't say these things just to sound good or to get some YouTube views or to get, bro, I'm not even, YouTube is fun to me now. It don't matter. Like I'm focused on other, I guess you could say, social media outlets. Because YouTube wants to hide the videos and do whatever, and people want to subscribe and barely watch it. Whatever. Who cares? I just look at this shit as pocket money now. If I hit the threshold, if I don't care, bro. Because this is not my full-time job. Do I still want it to be? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I don't control the algorithm. I'm not going to be a slave to the algorithm. It's videos. People get bored fast. People have short attention spans. People want to be entertained. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to try to get you to free your mind. But the people that are the positive risk takers, those are the ones that's going to make it. Why? Because money is meant to move. Money is a form of energy. It's currency. You need to put it to work. You cannot be the only source of income. You need money to bring you in more money. You need to use your money to make money. That's it. Then you got spiritual growth. Then you got mental well-being. Then you got your emotional state. Then you got your physical well-being. You need your relationship with God. You need your relationship with your family. You need your relationship with your significant other. These are things that's required in life, right? They've kept the people in a box to where they don't even realize that you can exit the box if you just think. Not just stay in survival mode. Because the survival mode is gonna get too comfortable for you. You're gonna get comfortable with that. You're gonna get comfortable with getting paid every 2 weeks while they sit here and they print the money. The money is I keep telling you, the money is in the markets. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. The money is in the markets, the money is in real estate, the money is in having a business if your business ends up doing good. and it's in, I guess I could say a trade, a plumber, electrician, or things of that nature. So you gotta really be strategic with these times that we are living in. You have to really move with a plan, have a better vision for yourself, and think like an entrepreneur. Think like a person that wants to own the infrastructure and not just be a participant in it without getting nothing out of it. Let me just put it that way. I think that's a good way to word it. Don't just be a participant in an infrastructure where you're not getting nothing out of it, and all they're doing is taking your energy, draining your time, giving you a paycheck that exits after 2 days. Some people paycheck don't even last 2 days, bruh, let alone a week. Just look at how much money you have left at the end of the month. That's the reality. But you can always change your reality. It's just your way of thinking and realizing, like, I don't want to set myself up for failure due to me being content with what these corporations decide to pay me instead of thinking outside of the box. So it's up to you. I'm just the messenger. I'm not perfect. I don't have it all together. I'm learning life, bro. And I learn in this world. Don't nobody care. Nobody's coming to save you. It's not nobody's priority to come to save you. It's your own priority to save yourself and to learn, because learning never stops. That being said, you want to like the video, You want to subscribe. You want to leave some comments, Check out my ebooks.